Pedro Trachter, of course, as well. And we're saying, well, how are you going? You're out of this. He said, well, I'm going to be out of my own 500cc sort of national type motocrossing, he said, but we've got a great team with Van der Berg and Trachter in the World Championships. We're looking forward. We've got a good chance in the World Championships. So not too bad. Right, Carlo Hulsen, who was the national champion, as you can see, in 1991. We're asking him how he feels. He says, I feel great because poor old Carlo Hulsen, poor old Van der Ven has got the problem, and that leaves the field a little wider open for me. I mean, incidentally, we wish Kees van der Ven a quick and swift recovery, but it's going to be 2 or 3 events before he manages it. Not a good place to crash there. You can see how dodgy the conditions are. And immediately into the lead goes Jackie Martins initially. And, well, Jackie Martins number 2, and then number 9 is Hans Berensten. And Carlo Hulsen is there as well. The 500's really finding these conditions difficult. Very muddy. Carlo Hulsen now has taken the lead. I don't know what's happened to Jackie Martins. Well, there he is. And you hear the old 4-stroke going through. It does sound strange, doesn't it? But it's good to have a nice mixture there. Okay, Carlo Hulsen way out in front now. Ahead of Jackie Martins on the Husqvarna, ahead of Hans Koenen on the Honda, so quite a mixture of hardware at the moment. Ahead of Hans Berensten. And the crowd with the old umbrellas out there, a good faithful lot here, aren't they? Look, quite a few turned out, and they weren't going to be disappointed. For them, the kicking off of their national championships, and they can see some of their heroes here, even if they do get a bit wet. But you can see the guys having to start to contend with the back markers now, and this is all very well if you're really one of the real front runners, and I mean front runners in the terms of a championship type front runner. It means you catch up with these national, whoa! Well, he got his balance completely wrong there and did a nose plant. He really pearled it over that bump. He's okay. And Carlo Hulsen safe from that sort of problem out in front. But they are catching up with the back numbers very, very early, and that means they start getting sprayed with sand and muddy sort of sand, and it's not funny at all. Here you see them contending with them right now. That's Hans Koenen, and he's starting to work his way back up through the field after having fallen. So the result of the first heat, and there are only 2 heats in the National Championship, Carlo Hulsen, Hans Koenen, Hans Berensten, William Botkop and Peter Hurlings. What happened to Jackie Martins? Well, he had to retire on the very last lap. Well, let's move on to the second heat now, and once again, the start, all important here. The conditions absolutely atrocious. And it's difficult to see who gets tied up in some of those things, doesn't it? So let's have a look. Carlo Hulsen once again very well positioned, but Bochum out there. Koenen second. Where is Hulsen then? And it really is pouring down now, and that's an atrocious. Vopken just blowing it, and my word, I bet that he wondered what happened. Just got it wrong, and like a bucking bronco, he threw him off. Ooh! And that's why he wear a crash hat, and thank God he's all right, and away again. Very nasty stuff there. And it's the surprise of it. It's not like being chucked over the handlebars. That one's like being thrown off a horse. Back to the leader now then is Carlo Hulsen. He's making sure that he just drives nice and carefully, and Hans Koenen is in second place. Carlo Hulsen doesn't want to damage himself this stage of the season. And out of all of the riders, if you look, that's Peter Hurlings going through on the Honda. At the moment he's Honda 1, 2, 3 and 4. William Hopken on his Kawasaki still riding. But Carlo Hulsen takes the checkered flag. Hans Koenen second. Number 6, Peter Herling's third. And Willem Hopgren actually managed a 5th place, which is quite extraordinary. Look at the state of these guys when they take their kit off. And
regenen, verschrikkelijk hè?
Well, Carla Wilson is just saying it's bad enough when it's raining, and then you start catching up with the back markers, and then all of the dust and muck comes over, your visor gets covered in it.
Ja, het probleem is met de achterblijvers die rondje gaat geven, die rijden voor en die rijden vrij langzaam.
This is where he's telling about the lapping problems. And it's hard, he said, but there you go.